An XJW alerts JWs to Watchtower's deception. Why would an XJW do this? Because the average JW wants to live a good moral life, but they fall victim to the Watchtower's deception, and I'll show you one example. There is an old saying, if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. But those deceived by a cult reason, if it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's chicken, right? Cults use mind control methods to control their members, sometimes with devastating results. Cult members don't know they are in one until they leave and look back with a clear mind. Let me ask you this. Do you think JWs are victims of cult deception regarding shunning? A recent video on another channel implied that JWs no longer need to shun their relatives. They reach this conclusion from reading the Elder's Secret Manual, the Shepherd the Flock of God book. So what are the rules about shunning? According to the Shepherd book, JWs who have unnecessary dealings with disfellowship family members would not be dealt with judicially unless there is persistent spiritual association or he persists in openly criticizing the disfellowshipping decision. Reading that, it appears a JW can have unnecessary dealings with a disfellowship family member within limits. As long as there are no spiritual dealings or criticizing the judicial committee, all is good, right? Not so fast. While it's true that a JW cannot be formally punished by the Judicial Committee, that's not where it ends. Anyone who has spent time as a JW knows that disfellowshipped individuals are to be shunned. Heck, they even have videos instructing families to shun their disfellowshipped teenagers. Don't believe me? Look at the title of this video from jw.org. Loyally uphold Jehovah's judgments. Shun unrepented wrongdoers. I'll put the link in the description so that you can see it for yourself. So why does the Elder's Manual say it's okay, but the rank and file are taught that it's not? It's a combination of cult techniques. Looking at Dr. Stephen Hassan's BITE model of authoritarian control, we see under the heading of information control, item number 1A is deception, deliberately withhold information. Does Watchtower withhold information from its members? Yes. They do not tell families that legally they cannot be punished for not shunning disfellowship members. This deception is the same as systematically lying to the cult members, which is actually item 1C. The Shepherd book is kept secret from everyone except elders. This is cult technique 3C under the information heading. Allow only leadership to decide who needs to know what and when. Effectively, JWs are told to treat disfellowshipped ones as if they are dead. Family members get a break in that normal dealings are permitted, but they are not told this. Watchtower, instead of letting families know shunning is not necessary, promote family division. By showing videos like the one I mentioned earlier on jw.org, they deceive their members into behaving like a pack of heartless vigilantes. JWs are barraged with scriptures like 1 Corinthians 5:11, where Paul says, "You must not associate with such people," even saying, "Do not even eat with such people." When others in the congregation see a JW not shunning a family member, their guard goes up. Watchtower tells them to limit their association with the JW who is not shunning their family member. It is a quiet, unofficial form of shunning. This is another example of JWs using cult methods. Don't believe me? Under emotion control, item number 5F, instill fear such as others' disapproval. So what does this all mean for a JW who has a disfellowshipped family member? Legally, you don't have to shun them, but believe me when I say you will suffer the repercussions, not officially, but by the peer pressure from those JWs who are victims of the Watchtower's deception. It is a cult based on fear. They instill the fear that if you don't obey all of Watchtower's rules, you will die at Armageddon. Watchtower started preaching that in 1879, with multiple failed Armageddon prophecies along the way. Watchtower has misled millions about many things, and I discuss them in videos like this one over here. Check it out. There are many things you need to know about Watchtower's deceptions.